Whoever got the volume on, can you mute it or turn it down?
That you hear the game?
Yeah.
You turn it down a little bit. Oh, you got that.
Better act very nicely.
Talk to her nice, Moose. Before you get kicked out the bubble. Like Daniel House.
Alright, welcome to 35 League of Game Podcast. It's your boy Beans. We got J.A. here. We got Moose here.
Your boy.
Once again, no cheese. Last week,
cheese ain't here right now.
Yo, man, we taking applications. Who want to fill in for Bull, man?
He got his application.
He could go.
Take that spot. All right, so let's get into last week. We started off Thursday night with a big win over San Francisco. I don't really know what to take from that because half their team was on IR, so I'll take the win, but it's not really much I could take from that game. Did I play this week, Moose? He was on bye.
We were on bye week.
Bye week. And Jay, I got another win. Denver, right?
Yeah, barely. We was about to blow that game too. We was up 21 in the fourth, but defense pulled away with it with a turnover at the end. So we 3-6 now. Should easily be at least 6-3 if you reverse three of them. But hey, man, that's just how it's been for us. So good win for us. Now we're on a bye week.
How did you after the bye? How did your upcoming schedule look,
bro? If we go Saints, Raiders, Saints, then it's like Chargers. No, then it's like Chargers, Bucks, Chiefs, Bucks, something like that. Trevor Lawrence.
Let's get into dog of the week. Who you had for your dog of the week, Moose?
I was looking at it. There's a lot of dogs out there, but I'm gonna go with Metcalf. He had 108 yards, the touchdown, 7 receptions, but he's a horse, man. He just be dogging out there, stiff arming. He had a couple long receptions. So I'm gonna go with DK Metcalf for dog of the week.
Yeah, I guess wrong last week. I thought it was gonna be the Lockett week. They usually go back.
I was going to tell you that, but I was just let it be. What happens with Lockett is he has one big game, then he goes disappearing for 2 weeks. Then you play him. So this is the week to play him. Right here, this week. Play him this week.
Got the Rams though.
Yeah. Play him this week.
Depends on who they put Ramsey
on.
Yeah.
Probably him. Because Ramsey played the slot now.
He should want DK. He don't want that problem though. He don't want that problem.
I don't know.
He don't want
Not
that.
too many people want the problem.
That boy DK something serious.
Go cover somebody.
Who's your dog, Jay?
The reason why I'm one of the reasons why I'm lose fantasy this week, Dalvin Cook, man, is 200-yard game, 2 TD.
2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row.
I got so mad. Like, I'm not taking the Lions and pick them. I don't care who they play. That's how bad I was. Like, Lions just look terrible. But Dalvin's been doing that to everybody, honestly, when he's healthy. So, Dalvin's easily my dog of the week.
Yeah,
you don't see 200-yard games like that. So, like, for him to do that.
That boy Dalvin acting nasty.
I think Derrick Henry the only other person that's had one recently within the past, even this year. He got 120, right?
But he different. Like, he a different animal. Like, Dalvin's a regular size running back. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, my dog, I'm gonna go with somebody I picked at the start, and the other guy who killed you, Josh Allen. He had over 400 yards passing, 3 TDs in the air, another 1 on the ground.
When they run with him, it's crazy, yo. It's just, Seattle didn't even show up. Like, Seattle, that hurt me. Those matchups, like the Lions run defense and then the Seahawks pass defense, like that was a recipe to get smoked. That was 116 points from both of those two, straight up, right there.
Josh Allen, he did perfect for Buffalo. He just fit everything Buffalo.
Because they want him to do everything. So whether it's goal line, Like if it's 3rd and 3, they're not giving it to the running back. They're gonna give it to him. They're gonna let him do everything. They want him to be the man. That's where they're gonna get in trouble though. That's where I feel like they depend on him too much. Like it's gonna look good now, but like when it comes to playoff time, you can't be running your quarterback like that.
Very true. I was gonna ask a question about Seattle, but we'll talk about power rankings a little bit later, so we can talk about them. Surprise of the week. Who had Moose?
Surprise. I had 2 surprises. Had the Bucks. I was surprised. I don't know what happened with the Bucks this week. The offense looked terrible. Brady couldn't get anything going. I believe they scored like 3 points, but that was just nothing, man. They just had a horrible week. And I'm also surprised with Tua, man. He put together a real good game. He was
I didn't think he was gonna ball like that. That was crazy.
He balled. He was like 20 for 28, which is real good for a first start for a young QB. I forget exactly how many yards he had, but I believe he was definitely close to 300, if not over. He was just balling, you know what I'm saying? When they got the win over my coach of the year. So
you can forget that.
I gotta snatch that one back now. You know
that defense, they were suspect, but I mean, they ain't really getting for defense. They got it for offense, so they're gonna have to figure out a way to stop somebody.
They should have never kicked that field goal on 4th and 1. Like, yeah, down. Well, I think they were down. I'm like, man, go get the win. Yeah. I saw him for no field goal, especially when y'all don't punt or like y'all don't kick field goals like that. Y'all go for every other 4th down. What you kick a field goal for, bro? Like, go win the game.
True. Hey, who surprise?
Surprise, man! Quarterback from the Jags, Jake Luton, 300-yard game. So for some reason, the Jags just got quarterbacks just hanging around that could just ball. Like these guys you never heard of. Like I didn't think they could be compared. I thought the Texans would go in there and just smoke them. This dude scored like on like this first play of the game. Like
Shark.
Yeah, and then he was like 26 for 38. He had a 300-yard passing game, first game. Mm-hmm. So I was surprised because I didn't know much of him going into the week. So he came out looking like he's going to be there at least till Minshew gets back from injury.
Yeah, I was reading up on him I think Sunday morning, and they were saying he got a big arm, and they might air it out even more than when Minshew was.
Where is he from? Like, what school did he?
No idea. Couldn't tell. But I didn't think that he actually would. But early on, they let him second play of the game, letting it fly. So
he had the comeback drive. They just didn't get the 2-point conversion. Like he let him down the field. So that's crazy. Texans just I don't know.
Letting kids ride out there. For me, I'm gonna go with somebody from the home team. My guy MVS finally made an impact.
Caught it. MVS caught it.
I had said if he dropped one more pass, he gonna get benched because A-Rod was looking at him like, "Yo, I'm fed." But
he had a few big plays, definitely.
He had 2 touchdowns.
You know what I noticed, yo? Not even like on MVS. A-Rod be like in awe with like Tay. He'd be looking at Tay like, "Yo, you a bad dude." I think I caught his face one time. Like Tay did something. He was just like
Tay was going hard last game. I was the same way with Tay last week. I didn't know what it is. Like he doesn't have anything special. It looked like he just gets it done.
It's fun. I don't know what it is. The way his feet move, yo, it's just like Tay ain't the most athletic, but like you're just not gonna touch him. Like
he don't look super fast. What he did. He don't look. He's not.
You might know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what it is.
You might know what I'm talking about. I forget what he did, and A-Rod looked back at him. He was just like I can't believe this dude. Sometimes A-Rod don't really like people like that, according to the chat. So for him to really look at Tay like that, like he was just like, "Yo, this dude is a freak." Like, and he is. Tay coming. Tay stay healthy. Tay easy.
I was looking at something earlier on one of the Packers pages, and it was like, who's the best wide receiver that A-Rod had played with? And it was listing Tay, Jordy, Cobb, Donald Driver, Greg Jennings. And I really had to think about it. Like, I'm not sure that any of them had the total package. Maybe Jennings, but
only thing that's different than them is they were available more than Tay has been. That's probably the only thing. But as far as like route running, athletic ability, like it's easily Tay. Like Jennings and them when they left A-Rod, they wasn't never the same.
I mean, Jennings. I mean, Tay was
Donald Driver's
the
like a it's
Donald
like a
Driver was
cop to
them.
me.
They did their thing, but I feel like Tay was the better receiver out of all of them. But I feel like he had his best success with Jordy though. Him and Jordy had that good connection. They was getting it in.
What could have helped them though was if Tay would have came around when Jordy was already doing his thing. That would have been the
Yeah,
easy transition from Greg Jennings and Donald Driver to now you got Tay and Jordy. But Tay didn't really come around yet. Like they wanted Tay to be that guy, but Tay wasn't. He wasn't ready yet. And Jordy's already down on the back half of his career. So
Yeah, I think the year that it was supposed to be, like both of them together, was the year. What did Jordy tear? I think he tore his ACL in preseason. So he never.
yeah, against Pittsburgh, I think it was
Yeah, I was at
Pitt.
that
I
game too.
remember
I
that.
remember I got there late, and by the time I got there, the crowd was buzzing like, "Oh, Jordy was gone." I'm like, I only missed like a few plays, and he was done for the year. But that's a good segue.
Preseason.
Yeah, that's a good segue into what someone was talking about earlier in the chat about who is currently the best wide receiver in the league. And I guess that we got to kind of define what's the best. Are we talking about who's playing the best at this very moment? Or are we looking kind of more at a body of work? Because Cheese, he's not here to explain it, but he said he was talking about like over a course of time. So I don't know how y'all want to really look at it.
Depends. It depends, like, yeah, how are we gonna do it? Like the criteria. If we're doing like in the last 5 years, you can't do body of work because obviously Julio's been there longer than all of these dudes, and then you obviously Tay ain't been around that long. So I think it's literally within the last 4 to 5 years. Who is that main guy? I think that's the only way you can do it because these guys are all like their times are just all
like
different.
you
Because
guys know
Hop
how
didn't
to
come out the gate. Hop,
you know how to like judge it. It's like body of work, but it's also right now as well. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit of both. Like it's also body of work, but you got to also say who's producing at the moment.
But I mean,
they all are honestly, but
I
it's
get
just
that you
like
got to put it all together, but me personally, that's two different answers for me. Who's the best doing it the best right now, like for
Mm-hmm.
this
it's
particular
Tay
season?
right now. It's
That
Tay,
answer is different than who's been the best over the
but that
past.
changes. That changes week to week. Who's
Yes,
doing it
sir.
right now?
Yes and no. So, for example, let me give you a little example. For example, all right. So, if I was just saying not body of work, and right now, I'll say DK. DK's having an awesome year this year. You can't say he's not. He's one of the best. He's one of the best receivers. He has one of the top. He has one of the top receiving yards this year. Top 5 receiving yards this year. So
Is he
I
top
can
five?
say him.
I don't think DK top five.
I could look it, but I could look it up real quick. But I want to say he is top 5 in receiving
He
this
might
year.
be. I haven't really looked at it.
He's dogging this year, but like I wouldn't put him in that conversation just because this is like his breakout year.
Yeah, and but these dudes already had their breakout year, so
And
like you could say
these dudes
DK.
had a breakout year and they solidified.
Yeah,
So I think the only people
like
who
DK got
really
to do that for like 3 to 4 years straight to even be mentioned. Like, oh, all right, you with Hop
exactly,
and Julio and them. Yeah, like
yeah,
DK, he's coming.
I feel like the only people in this conversation right now
It's only
should
three of them.
be like Julio, Hop, um,
Tay
I'm
and
missing
I think Tay and Mike Thomas.
Tay definitely. Um, I'm missing somebody. Julio, Tay, Hop,
Keenan Allen could be in there. You could throw
Keenan is
KA in there.
definitely a dog. Ka, he's definitely in that conversation.
What are you listing? Just
Um,
the
He's
top.
just like, now before you when you left, he said it's like you got to put a stretch together of years before you could be even considered in that conversation. Like he's saying
yeah,
DK is good right now, but DK got to still put 3 to 4 years together like that just to even be mentioned with
mention in
Hop
this
and them boys.
conversation real quick because it got to be a little bit of body of work in this year because like I was telling Jay like you just can't say one or the other because I feel like DK is having an awesome year. And I was saying he's top 5. He got to be top 5 in yards. You can check that up after this segment, after this episode. Check it, but I'm pretty sure he's top 5 in yards. And he just dogging like. So I could say he's definitely a top receiver, but I wouldn't mention him in this conversation. Me, if I was saying best wide receiver this year, I'll go D-Hop. And when I say D-Hop is because he does it with different receivers. And like no matter who you say, you're gonna be disrespecting one of these receivers. Because I love Julio. Julio
That's
is
you
a
don't be
dog.
disrespecting. I mean, they
Not
got
disrespecting him, but you know what I'm saying. Like
one.
wherever you go, you're gonna be leaving out a dog, whatever. But I'm going D-Hop just because he had that season with no drops. He does it with different receivers. I mean, he does it with different QBs, and like Julio had Matt Ryan for years. Tay is the only he had A-Rod for years.
See, I hate that Matt Ryan argument because everybody always blame Matt Ryan's
It's cool.
fault. So it's like,
it's not their fault. It's not their fault that they've been together, but it's called chemistry. When you have chemistry with somebody,
yeah, of course.
you know their tendencies and
Because
you
Tay
can work
been
better.
with like 5 different quarterbacks. So not Tay.
And Hop does it with
Hop,
different people, and to have a season with no drops for a wide receiver is that's dog work right there.
He did it with TJ Yates. He did it with Brandon Whedon.
Exactly.
He did it with Matt Shaw. Like he did it with dudes who can't even see the field right now. Like,
yeah. So who's the top guy for you, Jay?
D-Hop right now. Just because, yeah, like we said, like it's not even disrespecting Julio or Tay because I really feel like right now it's Hop, Julio, Tay, and Mike Thomas broke the record and everything, but he is not the route technician like Tay and those guys.
I forgot about
he
Mike
had the
T.
catches record.
I don't know how I forgot about Mike T.
He had the catches record, but like all his catches, like I think like over like 75% of his catches came within 5 yards too. So it's not like he's beating these guys up top. You know what I mean? Like he's not demanding a double team. I just went with Hop because like younger body, Julio's been nagging injuries. The touchdown issue, like Julio, even though he get triple team, double team, Hop still finds a way though. So I give Hop that. Being a younger guy, Hop there's nothing he can't do. Also, the drops was the main thing. Like Julio, he has a few drops where Hop went seasons without dropping. So there's nothing against Julio, but I just feel like it's Hop right now. Julio, I just gave it to him in second, just body of work and what he's still doing. Like
it was so hard.
You're older than all these dudes, and you're still
so hard.
Like he's older than all these dudes, and you're still getting 1,500 yards. He just missed 1,500 yards this past year by like 4 yards. Like he's the fastest to like 12,000. You know what I mean? Like this dude had just countless numbers. Like he's the fastest to almost each milestone. So I give it to him. And then Tay, just because Tay's coming. Like Tay is about a year and a half away from just being that guy. And that's just off of just him staying healthy too. Like Tay had the toe injury. Then this year he had the injury. So if he could just stay healthy, honestly, it could just be really him and Hop at the top once Julio leaves. So it's no disrespect to either of them. I just feel like that 3 is right now separating itself from everyone else. With Keenan Allen being right there in the mix, I feel like he's kind of like 4th to me.
Yeah, I feel like ever since Herbert came, they kind of been force feeding Keenan a little bit. He has like a ridiculous amount of targets at this point.
Bro, Hunter Henry can't even get a target, so it's definitely all Keenan Allen right now. So
Williams, who I got, he just didn't do nothing until the past 2 weeks. It was all Keenan Allen up until then. But yeah, I definitely agree. Those are the top 3. I think D-Hop is probably the best all-around wide receiver. But personally, when someone says who's the best receiver right now, I kind of think like right now. So for me, that would be Tay. But if you just say in general, who's the best receiver overall, all things considered, I would also go with D-Hop. But I agree. Within the next couple of years, if he can stay healthy, and that's Julio's issue, and that's also Tay's issue, which puts D-Hop is they don't stay on the field as much as D-Hop.
How old is Tay?
Gotta be late 20s, maybe like 27,
yeah,
something like that.
I think Julio's like 31. So yeah, so like his time just being just off of just father time, like I know his time being there is just he'll still be top 10, but like the upper echelon, like he's still he's still producing at a high rate, but not like Tay getting 3 touchdowns again. Like bro, what? Like I wish we could get 3 in a game. I'll take one, and I'll take the 150 yards. That's about it. But yeah, Tay's coming, and I like Tay. It's no disrespect to Tay once again, but
Yeah, absolutely. I agree
because
with
Hop and Julio are like those are going to be Hall of Fame wide receivers. So
you. For sure.
Tay's in a good company right now.
Yeah. So let's move on real quick. Talk about power rankings because we do them every other week. Real quick. Me and Jay had the same ones. I'll give you that, which was Steelers, Chiefs, Saints, Ravens, Packers. But I wanted to get Moose some thoughts from Moose because he had the Bills at 3. He had Chiefs, Steelers, Bills, Hawks, Saints. So what is it that puts the Bills that high?
He must have wanted some money. Bills must have
Not,
a couple
I
bills
mean, they're
on him.
just playing well. A lot of the power rankings that I saw, they had the Bills at number 4, number 5. I just feel like they're playing well. They beat the Hawks. I really feel like the Hawks are a good team. Yeah, their defense is definitely lacking, and a lot of it is on Russ' shoulders in the offense and the wide receivers. But I just feel like they only had 2 losses, and the losses were to the Chiefs, who I feel is number 1, and to the Titans, and that's a respectable loss. Like Titans is a hard team. It's all about matchups in the NFL, and I just feel like the Bills were a tough matchup for the Hawks, and that's what kind of like put them away. And I feel like the eye test for the Pittsburgh Steelers is they're not showing me much. Yes, they're undefeated, but every game they play is going down to the wire. They just went down to the wire with the Cowboys, and the Cowboys had a a QB that no one knows. Like, you know what I mean? They're banged up, and they're going to the wire at every team who they're playing. So the eye test with the Pittsburgh, I have them at second just because they're undefeated. And I just feel like the Chiefs are just putting them together. That's the better games, and they're just winning more precisely. So that's
Nah,
why I
like
got the Bills like number 3.
I see what the Chiefs is like. The Chiefs just went to the wire with the Panthers, who they just lost to us. We ain't good like that. So Panthers, I mean, it's C-Mac. I get it, but
I'm about to say that C-Mac's back, and they didn't game plan. I mean, game planning for
Teddy,
that.
yeah, I feel like Chiefs. I don't know, like Chiefs. Yeah, you got Mahomes factor, but they look funny too. Like they not, they played the Jets last week. That was expected to do that, but they don't really dominate like that against top opponents. And yesterday, Carolina had every chance to win that game. So I don't think there's really been a clear cut team that showed themselves like they belong there. Because like even though the Saints win yesterday was so crazy, they still they don't play well with stretches too. But that's been every team this year. So it's gonna flip
Exactly.
flop every week. So
And
I'm
I,
not
and I
paying
could
too much attention to it.
and I could agree with that too. Like there's no like clear cut dude like a team who's like taking over the league right now. But I just feel like the Chiefs like it's theirs to lose right now. They were the Super Bowl champions.
True.
They're
Give you
they
that.
they're playing well. Their offense is all time right now. The defense needs help. Their run defense is poor as right now. So I just feel like they gotta get a couple of things together. But overall, I just feel like they're just the best team who's playing the best football. Like I said, Pittsburgh eye test. They're always going out to the wire.
You know what you're
Bills,
gonna
they
get
got
with
two.
Mahomes.
They
So I
got
get
2
you.
losses. The Hawks.
I'll tell you one thing.
The defense is weak, and the Saints, I got them at 5, and they've been playing inconsistent, but they've been winning. And that could all be because of Mike T and the other injuries. But I just feel like Bills could be number 3 right now because they're playing well.
But speaking of the Steelers and the Chiefs, the eye test tells us that they didn't look good at all against the Raiders, and they lost. As opposed to the Steelers, who might play teams close, but they're still finding a way to win. And they got some quality wins. They beat the Ravens. They beat
But who
the
did they lose to? I believe they only lost to
Smack the Browns.
the Raiders and
That's it. They only lost one game.
yeah,
Chiefs
and
only lost one game.
that's a division game. You know what I mean? So like it was a weird those weird games that's like teams sneak away from you.
So they
But
got 40 points.
But other than that, they're playing well. You know what I mean? So that's
I'll
why
tell
I
you
give
one
it.
thing.
That's
Them Bucks they got 2 weeks probation. They can't be in the top 5 after that. After that game yesterday,
Yeah.
Bucks
They all
they
set.
cannot get in the top. Yo, I thought the way y'all lost to them was crazy. Nah, that was a statement. And the Saints let James get some reps. Like, yo,
James acted crazy after the
he
game.
he about to get a chip. He the W. He about to,
That
y'all,
kid,
ain't- y'all didn't try to negotiate with me. Now I'm about to get a ring probably. Like, he the W, Jay. He did. Was it James Winston? What did he say? What Moose say?
no, Jamie Wilson or something like that.
Jamie last name Wilson.
Last name Wilson.
Never sing it like he was right. No, that made me think about something we were talking about last week about the trade deadline. I'm watching the Houston game, watching Fuller go off, and I'm like, A-Rod gotta be pissed. He gotta be sending Green Bay pissed. Like, we could have had him. Like, just imagine he has touchdowns in 6 straight games. So just think about having now on the opposite side of Tay. Like that.
You can't double Tay. And Will is gonna just burn whoever your second
He's a
DB is.
speedster, yes. That's
And
like
in that division,
that'd be a good combo right there.
after the Bears, there's no more DBs. Like the Bears, they got their issues on offense, but like the Lions, you guys are gonna kill. The Vikings can't guard nobody, and you already played them twice anyway. So, like, yo, that would have been a great number 2 to go into January with. Damn, what if?
No,
It's only gonna get worse if Will keep balling. It's only gonna get worse for you. It's just gonna be like you're just gonna be looking like
I'm gonna be
they on
mad.
your fantasy team too, right? They on your fantasy team?
Yeah.
That's a double. That's a double one. Like, damn, that's a double L.
Yeah. What was I about to say? Speaking of fantasy, let's just real quick talk about the standings.
Come on, pizza, bro.
I can't even give you the updated standings because it's Monday right now. I don't know how things are gonna change.
I lost.
They pretty much stay in the same. I believe
No, it
because
ain't.
Casey lost this week. Cheese lost this week, so I think those pretty much stay the same.
We'll stay the same.
King won this week. I won this week, so I should be right behind him as well.
It's gonna go me 10th, Gabe 9th. I think O is gonna jump up to 8th. So I think you.
I don't
How
think
many points you got?
I think
No, you got more points than Gabe though. Now
he got more points than me still. He outscored me this week.
Oh, he outscored you. Okay, so it just me and you flip flop.
So the top 5, I think the top 5 pretty much stay the same. Me and you flip flop, and everything else probably. Even if it's changes, it's not changes that make a difference much in the
yeah.
We'll post it
This
on
is my last 2 weeks, bro. This is my last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we all got the same record anyway. Like, it's crazy. Like, we all got the same record.
No, we don't.
Much.
Leave me.
Yes, we do.
Not me, bro. I'm like 3-6, bro.
Your half is only a game away from us. Like the bottom 4 is pretty much the same record as 3 to 7.
Yeah, it's like a 2-game difference now. It's like because you're about to get your 5th win, right? You're about to be 5 and 4.
Yeah, I believe so. Something like that. 5 and 4.
Yeah, so it's like a 2-game lead from like 5 through 10, something like that, or like 6 through 10.
It's the same record pretty much. And we got 4 games left, so it's real tight.
Yeah.
That's it.
Dang.
It's 4 games left.
3 through 6 got a 2-game lead on me, Gabe, and Jay, and then Stoll got a 1-game lead on us. So it's close, but it's not as tight as you're making it.
It's close. Like it looks close, but it's not close when you got injuries.
I gotta check it now.
I'm looking at it right now because Lowe's beat me, so he's going up another game. King won, I believe. You won.
Yeah, King smoked me.
So that's everybody that was 4 and 4 won, and then 3 of us that were 3 and 5 lost. So that means they got another game on them. So that's 2 games.
5 and 4 and 3 and 6. Yeah.
The only one that was 3 and 5 that won was Stoll, I think. So the gap is getting a little bit bigger.
Yeah, it's bigger because I got injured. Like I'm not gonna. I can't make up ground.
We got 4 games. We got 4 games left.
And yo, C-Mac bye week is literally the last week of the season. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, like we all
week
got
13 is his bye week. It's crazy.
Everybody got their own type of like struggles. For me, it's just random people popping up at random times. If Justin Jackson can give me 5 points, I win. But he gets injured on the first
yo. When I play, literally whoever I play, that person's team, they're like the ball is just finding that person. I told you yesterday, it went from 68-yard touchdown Terry McLaurin to Dalvin's 70-yard touchdown, the next highlight, to Josh Allen 60 yards to John Brown, to Jonnu Smith 1 yard, like 1 yard TD. Y'all would have gave that to Henry any other week. Now you want to throw a TD to Jonnu on a goal? Like, bro, I can't catch a break. Like, I'm gonna chalk it up. I had a piece at the crib.
I mean, that's what it really is for me.
Ain't no pictures. Draft at my crib. I'm gonna have a piece outside already. Ain't no picture. Piece on the table.
That's what everybody gonna do now. When you pizza, you just have it at your crib.
Yeah. Anybody waiting in my yard? Nah. Had Moose was waiting outside for Randy for an hour. Nah.
Brother, I was right here waiting for more.
I have it delivered. Nah, I'm not touching that pizza. Nah.
All right, let's get into pick'ems real quick. Somehow Cheese continues to do it.
He went 4-1.
Last year, Cheese went. We all went 2-3 except Cheese, who went 4-1 somehow. So he extended his lead. Jay 23-1 for the season. Cheese 29-14-1. He had like almost 70%, which is crazy. Moose 25-18-1. And I'm 24-19-1. So I mean, it's a few more weeks to make it up.
I'm on his heels though. I'm gonna catch up with him. I'm on his heels.
With these 2 and 3 weeks that we having. Let's get into the 5 games we're gonna pick for this week. Some good matchups this week. Not the first one I'm about to say, but the other ones. Eagles at Giants. Who you like most?
It's a tough one, honestly. I mean, we've been sweeping the G-men for a while, and we coming off a bye week, so I think it's on us this week. Definitely, Eagles.
I will say, the Giants are looking better than I thought. They look pretty good.
That's why I said it's hard. They've been putting together some good games, and the Eagles are trash. So it's hard to sweep the division opponent. So I mean, it was hard for me to pick the Eagles, but we've been having their number lately, and we was coming off a bye. We we come off a bye, you get a little bit more healthier. So I feel like we're gonna go on the road and get the W.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Eagles as well, but I definitely think the future could be good for the Giants. Got that new coaching staff there. It seems like the mindset is a little different than it's been in past years. They really getting after it. So I like how the future look. I'm gonna take the Eagles. Who you like, Jay?
Giants should have won the last time they matched up. I'm gonna take the Giants at home this time.
I forgot about that Evan Ingram drop. If it's not for that they win. So I forgot all about that. Another very interesting game. Bucks at Panthers. We like Moose.
Bucks at Panthers. That's a tough one. Very tough. C-Mac is out. I heard he has a shoulder injury. It's Monday, so things can change. But I don't think he's playing. I hear reports he's not playing. The offense doesn't look as well with C-Mac when he's out. You could tell when C-Mac was in. Your boy Teddy was looking real good. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the Bucks coming off that bad loss, they're gonna try to get things together. So I'm going with the Bucks.
Yeah, who you like?
I'm gonna take the Bucks. Just for simple fact, they're the better team, and I think after that, like smack in the mouth, they'll come out, with more intensity, and they're just overall the better team. So I'm gonna take the Bucks.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks as well, but I do think it'll be a closer game than a lot of
Definitely.
people. I think
Panthers play hard. I'll give them that. Panthers do play hard.
For sure. And Teddy has had a much better season, I think, than I expected. I don't know what you guys' expectation was for him, but he's looked pretty good this season.
Teddy's no slouch.
Honestly, I slept on Teddy. Like, I ain't gonna lie, Teddy. He got some heart. Like, he kept him in that game yesterday. He had that, like, 3rd and 15. He dove for the first. I'm like, all right, Teddy.
Teddy has something to prove after what happened in Minnesota and then ended up as a backup and then now getting another shot. So I'm happy for him.
Good for him. Yeah.
Third game, another very interesting one. Bills versus Cards. Ooh, so you like
Bills versus Cards. Man, my coach of the year did me dirty last week, man.
He called him his coach.
I'm gonna go with the Bills.
Yeah, who you like?
Bounce back game. I'm gonna take the Cards. at home. Like you can't lose 2 in a row. To keep pacing the division with the Seahawks. I'm gonna take the Cards.
I went with the Cards as well, but they allow Josh Allen to get any type of rhythm, like he was able to
It's a
get.
wrap.
It's gonna be
That arm too crazy. That arm is too crazy.
And the Bills' defense is not. Seattle, of course, is gonna put up points, but overall, the Bills' defense is not horrible. It's not what it was the past couple years, but
They're
it's
banged up. They're banged up. They're
right.
all banged up.
Everybody else is too, so I ain't giving them that.
Everybody's
So
banged up, but
plug it in.
Yeah. Tough division matchup here. Seahawks versus the Rams. Who you like most?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I'm gonna go Russ, man. I'm going Russ. He definitely I think gonna have a bounce back week. So I'm gonna go Russie.
Who you like?
I'm gonna go Russ too. But just like your man said on the pod, he want the Rams want respect. This is one of them games they gotta have. So as he said that, you see what they had, how they showed up against the Dolphins. Please, he wanted top 5 love for that. So if you want respect, they gotta win this one. But I just don't see them it depends. It's all on Jared Goff. Which Jared Goff gonna show up? Because he could easily carve that defense up. But I'm gonna take Russ
It's a
with the
division
awards.
game too, so it can go either way.
They always play each other tough. So I'm gonna take Russ this week.
I'm gonna go with the upset here. I'm gonna pick the Rams. I think this is like you were talking about Jared Goff.
It can happen.
I think this is the game he finally comes out and just balls. I think they're finally they're gonna have to get away from that running game a little bit. They want to be run heavy, but against Seattle you can't because Russ is gonna.
They force you to pass. You have to pass.
So I'm gonna go with the Rams. Big game for Cooper Kupp. Hopefully a big game for Woods because he's on my team. But I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Chargers at Fins. Interesting one. Who? So you like?
Battle of the young bulls, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Chargers. I don't know, man. Cause where's it at?
In Miami.
In Miami, yo, Tua put a good game together, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go with Miami, man. Cause that boy Tua put a good game together. I'm gonna go Tua, man. I'm gonna go with the Miami Bulls.
Okay. Jay, who you like? All right, so Jay, who you taking? Chargers at Dolphins.
Like I was saying, I like the Chargers. They just be finding crazy ways to lose. But it's like the Dolphins, like, are y'all for real? Because like this is gonna put them at like 6-3, I think, or what is it, 5-3?
I don't know the record, but they definitely over 5.
It's around 5. Wait, hold on, I'm gonna check it right now. This will put them at 6-3.
Really?
Put you at 6-3 means you in the thick of the playoff race. So Dolphins, Tua, that defense has been funny over there with the Chargers. I don't know what it is, but you know what? I'm gonna go with Tua, man. Like Dolphins gonna go from first to playoff berth. I don't know, but they look good though. They've been fighting this year. Like they've been in mostly every game.
They've been playing well, and now they got Tua.
Flores might need some. Flores might need some coach of the year, some coach of the year votes too. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go Dolphins, man.
I can't remember the last time that 2 people flip flopped on their picks in the middle of that. I'm gonna go with. I was going back and forth myself, but I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I think after all the late losses, at some point they got to figure out a way to get it done. So hopefully this is the week. I don't know, that defense just not it, but I think they'll find a way to get to Tua. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers. Let's get into some starts. Quarterback, who are you starting this week, Jay?
Thought I was on a roll. Then last week happened, and my dude dislocated his ankle.
Yeah, that's not
Kyle Allen.
It's not like he just had a bad game.
Yeah. I like to hit these. I'm gonna go Drew Lock versus the Raiders, man. I'm gonna go Drew Lock.
Wow. Okay.
Nick Foles just hit the game winner
Nick Foles.
for the Patriots just now.
Jets going jet, man.
I
So
seen
the
Gabe put in the
Pats
chat
won.
the mission to get Trevor Lawrence to save.
Please. He was just happy he scored 10 points the other week. He don't know what he want, man. Fair weather. Ever since Moose told him don't go to that Monday night game, man, he don't know what he wants to do. Breaking down his history. Why he hit Jet fan.
Dying earlier when they were going back and forth about who was proposing trades and what they were trying to give up, what they wasn't trying to. Gabe was funny when you try to talk about trades.
Hit me today. What's up with Mr. Unlimited? Please.
He hit me about D. Watt this morning.
He's quarterback. Oh, he's over Lamar. He's over. Wow. He has Lamar. He's done with Lamar.
He's done with Bull.
Yo, I sent that smoke. Yo, I told you. Gabe went and got him. I ain't want no Lamar. He can't throw. I need them throwing bonuses. I don't need no rushing yards.
The crazy part about the draft is that it didn't even play out how we expected. Because as soon as he moved up, I'm like, oh, he moved up for Lamar. But nah, he moved up for Clyde. And then
he still got Lamar.
Still got Lamar. Boom.
That was definitely weird. Who would you start, Moose? Quarterback.
You're gonna kill me, but you know how I do. I'm going with my boy Wentz, man. He got a good matchup. He's coming off a bye. The last time he played in the GM, we could have got a better outing, but I feel like he's gonna go hard this week after having a nice little fresh week, nice game planning. I'm going with Wentz, man. QB of the week this week.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the same guy I went with last week, Josh Allen. I think he has another big game. I don't know if it's quite as big as he had last week. Cardinals defense is at least a little better than Seattle's. But if Tua could look that good against that defense, then I think Josh Allen should be able to put up some pretty good numbers. So I'm gonna go with Josh Allen. Running back, who you like, Jay?
I'm gonna go James Conner versus Cincinnati. I think they're gonna be on a run. I think Ben injuries, they won't probably be that prolific in the air. But I think he'll have a big game on the ground since he's battling a couple injuries. Big game, over 100 yards for James Conner.
Okay. Moose, so you like?
I was looking through running backs. I couldn't really find nobody this week.
Because they ain't not out there. Ain't nothing.
It wasn't really no great matchups, but the best matchup I seen was James Robinson versus the Packers.
I knew you was gonna say that.
It's just the best matchup,
It is.
And I feel like the Jaguars are going to play the Packers better than what we think. And he's been playing very well, and the Packers are not great at stopping the run. So I'm gonna go with James Robinson this week.
I like it. Could be a good pick. I think that's like a 50-50 shot because if we jump out to a lead like we have a bunch of times, then it's going to be less work time. But if they keep it close, then he'll probably dominate.
They're going to give him – he'll get 25 carries. Like if it's anything within 7, 10, they're going to run him. So I need to get up early in the first quarter, so they got to throw.
Let's see what happens. I hope Lazard comes back this week. I think he should be back. For my running back, I'm going to go with one of Jay's favorites. I'm going to go with Zach Moss against the Cardinals. I think he's been playing well, even though they still
Ever since, my boy only got 2 carries this week. Singletary only had 2 carries.
No, when I saw that.
Moss scored.
I saw Moss have 14 carries, so I was like, they had to have split it.
Yo.
That's only 16 between the two of them? That's kind of
they threw a lot, too, to Seattle.
I guess.
But he had the goal line carry, and Singletary only had 2 carries. Yeah,
so because of the back-to-back week with touchdowns, I'm going to go with Zach. And a matchup that should be a good matchup. They should be able to –
It's not my boy, yo. I just seen it happening. Because I got Singletary. I'm just hoping Moss get hurt, and I can put Singletary in. But, yeah, it's crazy.
Bills are crazy. I don't know what they're doing as far as that goes. Like you said, they want Josh Allen to be that guy to kind of do everything.
He run a sweep. I'm just like, bro, you can't get Singletary can't fall in there, bro. They'll fake it to him and throw it to the third tight end. I'm like, yo, y'all wow. Just say you hate the man.
They're giving him no touches.
Yo, just say you hate the man, yo. Don't do that though. Just say you hate him.
Wide receiver, who you like, Jay?
I like to go on a limb. If you know me, I like to go on a limb. Ah, man. Should I? You know what? I'm going to do it, man. Bring the boy back from Thursday night. Richie James. Richie James. Bring him back. Richie Rich, boy. Richie Rich week.
They're getting some of the wide receivers back, right? This week, supposed to be, or no?
Richie James, man. They hurt. Hey, listen. Ayuk might come back.
Mm-hmm.
But Debo still got the hamstring, so he may play. But Richie James may probably get reversed to the crib. Richie James, if he don't play,
he did look good.
For the sole purpose of not looking stupid, and he don't play, I'm gonna pick one more. Hold on, because I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if he's gonna play. I'm gonna go with.
I will say, take him with caution. Jair went out early in the game, so he didn't play. So.
Oh, that's what it was. So, we're gonna skip that. I'm not even gonna do Richie. Richie, you can have a seat. I'm not even gonna mess with Richie this week. I'm gonna go. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go with John Brown, man. I think he have a big game against Arizona.
We haven't heard much of.
Yeah, definitely could do. I need it.
You went crazy this pack. Did you play him yesterday?
I didn't play him this week.
Damn, he had yards though.
The week that I should have played him.
We like most.
I mean, like I said earlier, if it's any week to play Lockett, this is the week to play Lockett. I also like even Emmanuel Sanders. He's going back to play his old team. So
your boy off the COVID list. You love it now. Now you love him.
I love a revenge game. It don't matter who playing who.
Month.
If he played versus AD, I love it.
Yo, Moose funny. He hated Iman for a month. He had COVID. Now it's play Iman.
Yeah, play him. Like the thing about it is, he either get a touchdown or he get a buck, or he get a buck on a buck for you. So like, you gotta fucks with the one. You gotta mess with him.
For me, I'm gonna go with somebody I mentioned earlier, Cooper Kupp. I think that's a great matchup for the Rams against Seattle. I think it'll be a shootout, so either him or Woods got to have a big day. So I'm gonna go with Kupp for this one. Last but not least, tight ends. Who you got, Jay?
T.J. Hawkinson. I'm gonna go with him this week.
Ooh, so you like?
It was tough for me. But I went with Trey Burton. He is kind of like, it's weird to say it, but he's in like a tight end committee over there with him, Doyle.
Doyle not playing this week though.
Yeah,
Doyle hurt.
Mo Cox. But I feel like one of them got to have a good game. It's a Thursday night game on playing the Titans.
Please, Colts.
They're gonna have a big game.
For me, I'm gonna go with your boy Dallas Goddard, however you pronounce it, versus the Giants. Last time y'all played them, Richard Rodgers.
I was going to do it, but I didn't want to keep going with the homers.
I appreciate that. Last game, Richard Rodgers had, I think, 6 for like 85. So if Rodgers could do that against him, I think Goddard, whatever his name is, Goddard, who is much more athletic, should be able to.
He got like 8 vowels in his name, bro, and like one consonant. Like, what's his name, bro?
So that's what I'm gonna go with. Let me look at the pick'em overall standings real quick so I can update.
Bro, I'm losing, bro. I'm losing everything this year.
Don't check mine.
Let's see.
It's like Stole me, Jay Green at the bottom.
I don't know if they calculated the game from tonight yet, but without
everybody better have to take the Patriots though. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so Casey's at 90, first place. Cheese tied at 90. I'm in third, tied with New Shoes, whoever that is, and Campbell Slice still in there. So that's the top 5.
Campbell, perennial top 5 player.
Just gotta get it done. Gotta finish out the season strong. I think that's all we had to cover tonight. Next week you might see a 4th cast member that's not Cheese because it's 2 weeks.
Oh, Gary, hit us up, man. Gary, Gabe.
Oh, he put on the post the other day he tried to get back on the show. Maybe we'll get Gary on again.
Yeah, we need to talk to the highlight of the boy Gary.
Cheese wasting our free nights. Cheese wasting our free nights, man. He get off at like 4:30 too.
He get enough sleep.
Crazy. He get off at 4:30. He be sleep for the rest of the night. So.
Yeah, so that's the show. Actually, before we do that, Do we got any shout-outs? Anybody that we want to show some love to?
Yeah,
Not the moment, man. Show's been weak this month.
It's all good. I think I'm gonna say, staying with the whole election theme, I'm gonna say shout out to Philly who came through. Mostly black population there. Pennsylvania was the last state that got Biden over the top, and we know that a lot of votes that mattered came from Philly. So shout out to all the people down there. Shout out to Moose people because you people's down there.
please.
Shout out to the African.
Moose still counting ballots. Moose still counting ballots.
that joint been over.
If it was up to Nevada, we still would be out there where they were.
Yeah, they still counting? Are they still counting?
I think
Nevada, they didn't come to no conclusion yet.
Yeah, ain't that many people. They on the strip. That's what it is.
Yeah, so
I get it.
shout out to everybody who got out and voted, helped us bring in some change to this country. I just hope this is completely away from sports, but I hope it's a smooth transition because
I feel like we got still a little bit more crazy. It ain't over yet.
It ain't over. That boy Don ain't over for that boy Don.
If Don acts anything like the way Moose be describing him in the chat, it's gonna be a long couple months.
It's third quarter for Don. He just heating up. Don he getting his third quarter.
The boy said it ain't over.
Don just taking his third quarter break right now. He'll be back.
Yeah, that's that. We will be back next week. League with no name.
Yes, sir.
Boy.